Right, hello everyone. So welcome to the second second part for pagination in PHP. Last time, in last video, we stopped at this, which is we want to um, select certain number of records at certain section to show for each page. For example, if it is the first page, then only 2 records, and only the second page, then the next 2 records, not all of them. All right. So the way we do that is to use the limit function with the offset and results per page. All right. So this we want to do. This is the formula: the offset point, and then the comma, and then the result per page. Right, so now we want to know where it is the cut point, for our retrieving function. All right, so we're gonna do that by offset point. So this is the formula. So we're gonna offset. So we will take the page -1 and then multiply by result per page. Result per page. All right, so for example, so if this is the second page, for example, then this one will be equal to 1, and the result per page would be 2. So overall, the offset point will be 2 right here. All right, the offset point would be 2. So that means the cut point at 2, it means the database will be retrieved from 3. All right, and then result per page, in this case, it is also 2. So it will start to retrieve from 3 and 4, and it stops there. All right, so that's how it works. If it is the first page, then it's 1, so it will be 0. So the offset point will be 0. So it will start at the beginning, and then the result per page is 2. That means it will continue for 2 records, and it will stop there. All right, so that's how it works. Now, we have the SQL statement. Then we're gonna go ahead and do it. Pretty straightforward. So we're gonna start query. I just want to make this one query a little bit different from the query above, so I'm going to say something like query current page, but query current, and then we're gonna do PDO, and then we're gonna do prepare. Or you can do it in the shorter way like this, but well, in this case I want to make it long. Prepare what? No, prepare SQ. Yeah. Right. And then we can go ahead and execute it. Query current. Execute. All right, and then we're gonna fetch all of the user for that page, but I want to call it row. So we got query current, and we're gonna fetch all. All right, so fetch all. So I think at this stage, you will successfully retrieve the specific records for a certain page, and they are all stored in the in an array called row, like this. All right, so this is it should be row with plurals, because there should be more than one member in this one. All right, so the next thing we want, this is for the PHP, the back end. Now we want to output it in the HTML. All right, so well, we can do that by doing a very simple web page. So I'm gonna call this pagination. All right, so we're gonna pagination. So because we're gonna use a little bit of bootstrap, a little bit, so we're gonna put in the link CDN bootstrap, which you can Google it. All right. The next thing, in the body, we want to have a section called show the result. All right, so I want to have section that I'm going to put the result out here. So the first thing I want to do is to have a h3, now a container fluid, the fluid. All right, so we have a div. We got h3. I want to have an x3 called list of member. Okay, list of member. Right, and I also now just save it and refresh to see how our page going. Unexpected error on 22. So we go back to see page 22. Oh, that one we have to semicolon here. Refresh it. All right, we have list of member here. All right. I want to push it down a little bit, text center. So just margins top 5 and tag center. These are the bootstrap class. So if you refresh it, it will be something like this. Now, the next thing we want to do is to have a PHP. Open and end PHP. All right. After we open and end it, we're gonna start to do something like output the row. All right. So I'm gonna have a echo, but first I want to have add a div first. So we'll have a div. All right, and we're gonna end of the div. Okay, within the div, I want to have a class of container. All right, now between the div, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do something like an order list UL. We're gonna have a UL. So we're gonna have a UL, and then end of UL. Okay, within UL we're gonna have an LI. Okay, and it should be end of LI as well. All right, so now we can actually, we don't have to do this, we just link it together like this. Now for the LI, what we want to do is that we have 2 records per page. So in this case, before we do that, we actually have to do for each to loop through. All right, we want to for each row as row. I want to loop through and before we echo in each li. All right, and then we just copy the li and put it in. All right, we loop through it. We want to echo. What do we want to echo? So the first thing we want to echo is to echo the row. The row we want the first name. All right, and then we want to echo the row but last name. first name and the last name. And end of the okay. Now let's go back to our refresh. There we go, we got the first two. All right, but we didn't see any link in the pagination yet, which is exactly what we're gonna do. All right, so next thing we want to do is to display the pagination or the link. So something like display pagination link. All right, that's what we're going to do. This case I want to have another div. All right, up to the div, and then we're gonna loop through the page to see how many pages there are from the database, and then we're gonna echo out the link. All right, so we can do that by using for, but not for each, but we want to start from page equal to 1, and then we're going to run until we run out of page to display. Equal smaller or equal to number of page. All right, if for example we have 3 pages, so we want to starting by 1 and then 2 and then 3. All right, so this page plot plus, that's how we do it. And now we want to echo it out. That's it. So we want to echo, we want when in a tag, okay, we're gonna echo in a, so that will be another a here. So for the a, we just want to echo the page out. All right, so we just want to echo the h out, and then we want, so at this point they will probably show the page. Well, now let's visit our, you see this 1 2 3, but there's nothing, we cannot even click on it, there's nothing here, but it's 1 2 3. That means we have 3 pages. All right, just go back, if we put here class container. All right, go back and refresh it. Visit back. I'm missing something here. Okay. All right, 1 2 3, but we cannot click on it yet. So right now we're going to add something when this for the user to click on it. So for the link, we want, because the page we're working on here API index, so in index, and we're gonna insert a variable called page. Now we want to echo the current page on the URL, so this is where we can get the page number right here. All right, so yeah, so we can go ahead and say page equal, so in this we're gonna have page. Okay, now let's have a look. It seems to work. Click 2, click 3. All right, and now it seems working fine. Right, so basically we almost finished everything. Right, but I'm just going to do very simple styling for it, you know, to make it clearer what we're doing. So for the we can just add something like style here. We can just add some style. And the style here like padding 5 pixel, 15 pixel, color blue, border right, 1 pixels, solid black. Alright, and some margin right, 5 pixel. Alright, so it's just adding the padding to make it bigger, and then color, and we want to have a border right, which is black line, and then we got margin right 5 pixel. So we're gonna head and refresh. It's gonna be something like this. Okay, it's easier to see to click. Alright, so the next step is probably to move it in the middle. But anyway, we're done with this. You can just go ahead and do it, move it in the middle yourself. So anyway, hopefully in this tutorial I have demonstrated how we can create a very simple pagination, and hope it helps you somehow. Thank you very much for watching.